मुझे पता नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में एक लोकतंत्र में अच्छा होगा कि जो भी आते हैं हमारे देश को कि सबसे मिल ले, लेकिन मैं इसके बारे में डिटेल्स नहीं जानता हूँ. जो राहुल जी कहा आप उन्हें ही कोट कीजिएगा. मैं सिर्फ ये कहूँगा, आई थिंक दिस इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट विजिट. आई थिंक फॉर आवर कंट्री देयर इज नो डाउट दैट देयर आर वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट बायलैटरल रिलेशनशिप्स टू बी मेंटेन्ड with Russia, with China, with America, and we cannot accept a proposition that says that any one relationship has to be determined by the nature of another relationship. We should have the sovereign autonomy to actually decide the terms of our own engagement with each country. And it's in that spirit, I believe, that we have maintained good relations with Russia, with America, and with China. At different times, there are different emphases. But I would say that my understanding is a lot of talks have already taken place at the expert level to work out some possible agreements that might be signed when President Putin is here. And that would be very valuable for us. I mean, we have a lot of issues, after all, with Russia. We've been a major importer of oil and gas from there, but that is coming down. But that's not the only element of our relationship. There are a number of other contributions. Defense cooperation has been very important. We already saw the utility of the S-400 air defense system during the Operation Sindoor. There's now discussion of more S-400, maybe S-500. I don't know what's going on. I'm not privy to these conversations. But there is obviously defense thing. There's some talk about possibility of mobility agreement for our workers. We don't want situations where our people go for one thing and end up being press ganged into the army. There should be some formal agreement about how these things happen. So I think there's no doubt that there is a lot to be discussed, and I'm convinced that our Prime Minister and President Putin will have very good conversations. So let's see what comes out.
Some of the ambassadors, that government should respond to the claim made by the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, that he is being allowed.
That's above my pay grade. I think it's an important issue in a democracy. We should welcome dialogue with everybody. But that is, as I said, not frankly for me to say. I think the LoP has made his point, and I think the government should respond.
So some of the European ambassadors have also written a article in many of the newspapers suggesting that India should also try to put pressure on Putin also. So what do you have to say on that?
Well, as you know, you've seen a response from the Russian ambassador as well. I don't think we can get into a tu-tu-meh-meh between ambassadors on our soil. All I will say is that from India's point of view, we have always stood for peace in any conflict, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Gaza, whatever it may be. We are a country that has, by and large, advocated peaceful resolution of disputes rather than military. And I think certainly, to the extent that we can contribute towards peace, I'm sure that the instinct of our country is going to be to do that.